I'm hot as hell, and I'm black as well. What up? This is Rocher here. It's hot as hell, it's 33 degrees, but I thought I would put a disclaimer on this video before it starts. When I talk about all this stuff, it's for young creators. So I'm not talking about my YouTube channel because I can already hear people bitch like, what about your YouTube channel? I have other stuff where I'm creating, like my website, where I've gone through all these things. Second, all the ideas here, they came from a brainstorm or like a discussion I had with 4 other starting creators where we were basically just bitching and moaning about how tough we have it and all that kind of stuff and how we fixed it after we started. So yeah, this is accumulation of all that stuff. Honestly, I can't remember even half of this, but this is the stuff I remembered from our conversation. So yeah, that's all for now. On to the video. From realdigitalsuccess.com. If you see my old channel, you probably recognize this place because I recorded here my most popular and for some reason most hated video. It's funny, I still get like hate messages on my old channel because of it. It was called Live Like Your Father's Dad. It was a personal development video that talked about becoming self-dependent. If you're interested in looking at it, I'll put like a link in the description and then you can see it, even though I want your focus actually on my new channel right now. But yeah, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. Today I wanted to talk about being a young creator and yeah, sometimes being in that situation where your friends don't support you on your journey. And I see it a lot. A lot of my friends on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, they're frustrated as hell. And they start like posting pictures about that. Like, yeah, you support like all these celebrities, but you aren't supporting your real friends and all that kind of stuff. And the funny thing is, yeah, it's kind of sad, but there's also a learning point in it if you can keep your ego out of it to see it for what it is. So this doesn't matter if you're into YouTube, if you start a new company, if you're a painter, I don't know. It's like everything you're doing for yourself and you feel like you should get that support, but not getting that, this video is for you. So the first thing I wanted to say, as I said before, is you have to keep your ego out of it. Because the moment you have your ego in... if your ego is invested in your creation, you're going to be blind to a lot of things. And that thing is that feedback that you're getting from your friends. Because even though they're not supporting, they're not following, they're not subscribing, negative feedback is still feedback. So let's talk at a few reasons why your friends wouldn't support you on your journey. The first thing could be that your friends aren't into the niche of what you are creating. I don't know, your videos or your paintings or what else you are creating for. So for example, let's say you're heavily into, I don't know, Marvel's Avengers or something like that. And you have like this YouTube channel about like Marvel and everything, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, I don't care. You have like this really in-depth channel. If your friends aren't into Marvel, you can't expect them to support you the same way as people that are really into that niche. Sure, they might look at one video, they might look at 2 videos, but after a while you can't expect them to daily start commenting on your videos, subscribing to your channel and all that kind of stuff. In this case, you're going to have to find your specific niche at other places. And one tip I want to give you for that is looking at reddit.com. Basically what reddit.com is, or as I like to call it, it's like a forum on steroids. So basically, like you have specific websites with forums where they talk, I don't know, about the gym and maybe Marvel's Avengers or Star Wars or something very, very sub-niche. What Reddit does is it just took all those forums and put them on one side. So everybody is talking about everything. So there are like millions of sub-niches with people interested in specific things. And I'm willing to bet how unique you might think your creator stuff is, there is an audience for it that's interested in it. So your first move should be to actually go to Reddit and just type in your niche or what you're creating for and start talking to the people. And that doesn't mean you have to like spam their website like, hey, there's a new video, hey, there's a new video, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this, because people are going to think you're annoying. What you're going to do is you're going to try to become a part of that community. And when you are a part of that community and you have that trust, people won't see your stuff as spammy. Because the funny thing is, even though it's in your niche and even though they might be interested in your stuff, they're not interested in looking at your stuff like 12 times a day. Like, here's my stuff, here's my stuff, here's my stuff. So, nah, fuck the bell. I'm just gonna keep on going. So make sure you are a part of that community. The same thing goes towards Facebook groups. Nowadays there's a Facebook group for everything. So use that. Just look at your niche, what kind of Facebook group is there, and start becoming a part of that community. Because most of your audience is going to come out of that community instead of it coming from your friends. The second reason why your friends might not support you, and I just thought about this now, it's kind of funny, but your stuff might be a little bit too complicated. And this is something I had with my last channel too. I started going really deep into like psychology and sociology and all that kind of stuff. And if you're not into that, you're just like you're not into the niche, even if it's something like very general, but you're going very deep, some of your friends might not relate to that. So most of the time I've noticed, for example, on YouTube, the best thing is to like keep it light and look at what's trending right now and try to tie that to your subject so that people can relate to it. Another reason why your friends might not support you on your creator journey is basically because their feedback is the truth. They're silent because the quality of your content is kind of trash. So it's not of high quality and they aren't feeling it and they just don't want to support that stuff. As I said before, it could be that they're not in your niche, but this could also be a reason. If you know that your friends are 24/7 talking about stuff you're posting videos about, but they still aren't watching, they still aren't subscribing, and they still aren't liking your channel, it means your content's trash. And then you're going to have to look your friends in the eye and ask them truthfully, is my content trash and what can I do to fix it? The last reason why why your friends might not support you on your creator journey is because maybe they feel like the stuff you're posting isn't authentic. They feel it's kind of fake. And funny enough, most of the time they don't know it consciously, but there's something that kind of pushes them away from your content. It's like every time you ask them to subscribe and they see that subscribe button and they might want to click it, but there's something like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Or they want to share it and they see that share button and they're like, this is not what I want to post on my Facebook wall. And that's most of the time because it doesn't feel authentic and it might not be on the level that they are proud to represent it. So in that case, you're going to have to ask yourself, are you going deep enough with your content? Because funny enough, I would say like 6 or 7 years ago, people really liked the shallow content. That's why late night shows used to work. You would have like this really shallow conversation with this, I don't know, celebrity, like, hey, where are you from? What do you do? What do you like? Blah, 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 you know? And everybody loved it. But nowadays, people don't really want shallow things. They want depth. So this is the reason why podcasts, for example, work. It's because podcasts aren't like these 5-minute things where they're like talking and you get some information you already know and like one laugh. It goes into depth. It goes into how people are really feeling. And most of the time it's really unfiltered because it's not that commercial. So you kind of get a real sense about what people are all about. People feel you're not sincere with your stuff. Try going into depth. Try showing them who you are. So instead of making like those superficial videos, talk about your life, talk about your roadblocks, talk about everything around it. It doesn't even matter in what kind of niche you are. As I said before, you could have like the Marvel niche and that kind of stuff. You can still have videos like a day in the life of a Marvel, I don't know, YouTuber or Marvel painter, or the stuff you're dealing with while you're doing it. It might not be like completely in your niche, but because they care about you, they will watch it and they will relate to it more. So that's all I wanted to say for today. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff to the channel. This YouTube channel is pretty new, but I already have a lot of content about bringing visitors to your website and selling stuff online on my website, realdigitalsuccess.com. So check that out. Yeah, and that's all I had to say. Just keep on going and don't let your friends not supporting you in your creator's journey discourage you. That's all. O'Shea here. Deuces.
Yesterday, we were on our way, but November came. Man, I wish it was yesterday. Yesterday.